Hello, everybody. This is Nuftings with my first ever episode of Nufting Speaks. Now, if you know me on my other channel, you know I talk a lot and I do a lot of gaming, but I also will speak the truth, right? So, one of the things I decided to talk about was I'm having a little bit of an issue. I'm trying to be an ambassador for Pokemon Go, right? And it's not going too well for me. I really dislike it. I don't like the process. And it's not like it's a bad process. Like Niantic knows what they're doing. It makes sense, right? But the problem is the community. Now, my community really sucks. So let me get into details of what I'm talking about. So, one of the biggest problems I have is that in my city, it's called Mississauga, and that's in Canada. It's like a suburban area close to Toronto, the GTA, the six, But the biggest problem is Mississauga, when I was born here, right? Like I'm 100% Canadian, parents are Jamaican, I'm the first generation Canadian in my family, right? And the the city was great when I was a kid. Like this city was just the best. We had an amazing mayor called named Hazel McCallion who died recently. Had the city on point. Everything was proper. We have another city like we're called Peel Region, so we have another city called Brampton. Brampton is you know back in the day used to be like very not broke, but it was like hard to get to type of stuff. They didn't have buses, whatever. So it's like they were building up, right? So, but right now Brampton is practically a shithole. Like it's got the worst things that you could think can happen in Brampton, right? It's really low class. Even though like the houses are expensive, it's just the people make it low class, right? But they have an ambassador for Pogo. So the big thing is, why does Mississauga not? Mississauga is a great place. A lot of multiculturalism. It's great, right? But problem is, Mississauga is not the way it was 20 years ago. Everything is different. Hazel stepped down. She died a couple years ago. And we have this new mayor. She's a fucking idiot. Like they're just all silly, right? Like it's just politics, right? The city's run down. We got homeless everywhere. It's just not doing too well. So now there's no ambassador. We've never had one. And I just started playing Pokemon Go maybe a year and a half ago. Like maybe a year and like 8 months, right? So I'm new, right? But there's people that have been coming there this whole time. They been playing since the beginning, 8 years in. They've been running this area the whole time. And like we'll have people that will be doing gyms, right? And that's all they care about. Like there's one player that we have who's holding on to 7,000 golden Raz because he's just hoarding raspberry, golden Raz. And there's other people doing the same thing, and it's for gyms. I don't know why. Like, I can't tell you why. Maybe someone can explain it to me, but I don't know why. So we have that problem, right? Well, it's not really a problem. It's just what they do. You got PvP guys, you got raid guys, you got all that good stuff, right? But we have no one that's an ambassador, so we don't get any of the perks, right? So recently, and it's funny too because Brampton has ambassadors, and we have Toronto who finally has one ambassador for like Hyde Park or something, and they just got it, like a week ago. So people are trying to understand why Mississauga is so behind. Like, why don't we have ambassadors? Why this? Why that? So, um, since I have a YouTube channel and I'm actually a little bit likable, people start saying to me, "Why don't you be the ambassador?" Oh, okay, sure. So I'm cool with it. Nothing wrong with being an ambassador, right? Get some free stuff, do meetups. It seems simple enough, right? Well, no. The egos out here are just so ridiculous that it seems like an impossible job. Now, if you play Pogo or any game for that matter, you know that a lot of the dudes are not very good with women. So one of the people trying to be an ambassador is a girl, like a young girl. I think she's like in her no, maybe she's like 25. I don't know. But she just started playing 2 months ago. And she's very perky, very nice, a little loud, but she's very sweet, like very nice person. I have nothing bad to say about her. And once she started to do it, the guys were like drooling. Oh my God, it's a girl. Oh, and like they're just losing their mind. And that's what's attracting them to her stuff, right? Which to me is silly because I'm not dogging her, but she's been in for 2 months, right? What if she plays for 6 more months and then she says, "Ah, I don't want to play this anymore," and move on? I'm not saying she will, but what if she does and she's the ambassador? What do you do then? Right? Okay. So, but mind you, she's a very sweet person. I don't think she's gonna stop in 6 months, but we don't know, right? So I had assumed that the person that would do it would be someone that's had longevity. Even me, I'm not even in long enough. Like you'd figure it'd be someone that's there from the beginning, like OG, Beto player and stuff, like someone that played from the beginning before it was even released, type of shit. Well, nobody wants to do it. And one of the things that got people really talking about it was when Brandon Tan came out here. And you guys know Brandon Tan's one of the big Pokemon Go players. And he made he did like this whole tour of everywhere. And when he came out here, it really wasn't good because a lot of the guys that saw him wanted to kick his ass. And it was just so stupid, right? I got to interview him, which was grand. I got to do it. It was fun. It was a really hot day, and like I could see like Brandon Tan wasn't really the nicest of people. But now as I'm doing all this shit, I'm starting to see why. And it's like the people in the community, the people in the game, they're so aggravating and so dumb. It's like they're just out to make you have a migraine. Like literally. Like I'd be having headaches playing this game because people are just so weird. And we're talking like grown ass men, just childish behavior. So, moving on to the Pokemon Go shit. So, the ambassador, I mean. So, we have a lot of people that play, and we have like 10 groups at least. And it's like groups of 4, groups of 5, whatever. So, you hear every day somebody new wants to be an ambassador, but they're not doing meetups. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing actual meetups, right? They're just saying they want to be ambassador, and then they're trying to get people to help them be ambassador. And it's like, okay, but the ones from before, there's like 3 of them besides me. And I reached out to all of them and I said, hey, would you guys like to do this together? Get our groups all together and have like a big group. And then like we have multiple ambassadors or admins for the meetups and all that. Because literally, like seriously, like what if you have one ambassador that does all the meetups, what if they can't go to a meetup and they're sick or something? Like you should have more than one, right? But the problem is we don't even have one. Like literally, this is all they say this like we should have more than one, but we can't even get one. Like, and you're hearing every day is someone new. I want to be an ambassador. There's people that live 3 hours away that don't drive that want to be an ambassador out here. Bro, be an ambassador in your city. Like, why do you want to come out here to be ambassador? You gonna come for meetups every event? Like during this week, for instance, right? This is the wild week, right? Every day there has to be a meetup. Seriously. There was Teddy Ursa today with Nihiligo and Combi. Yesterday was the max raids for Drillbur. Tomorrow is Tapu Koko. Then you have Dialga on Thursday, Palkia on Friday, or Switch, whatever it is. And then Saturday and Sunday are the wild weeks or the wild weekend shit, right? For Toxicroak and all that. Not Toxicroak, Toxtricity. Damn, I was getting the names mixed up. Okay, that's a lot of meetups. you coming from 3 hours away and you don't even drive, you bus would seem ridiculous to me. Like it's like why would you even bother? It's just it's nonsense. So now the thing is too, it's like you have also there's certain people in the group that think campfire is a load of garbage and don't want to use campfire. And that was the whole problem when Brandon Tan came out here. Brandon Tan was trying to enforce um the campfire thing, right? And everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people were against it, saying, "Oh, we don't need campfire. We have a strong enough core of players that we can beat raids, no problem." And that was brought up to me today. When someone was like, when people were like, "Okay, look, we need to get an ambassador. Just join the meetups. I don't want to download campfire." All right, then don't download it then. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it. But then you have these same people saying, we don't need campfire. We don't need this. We don't need that. But yet we need an ambassador. We need people want the perks. People want the free stuff. Like apparently you get two free raid passes when you go for like a raid day or something or a raid hour or something like that. People that don't have like $10,000 a month in invested in the game could use those two green passes, but you don't want to have that going on because you don't believe in campfire. If you don't want to do it, then cool, do not do it. But you could at least let everybody else do it. Like, don't say, nah, I don't do it, man. We don't need that. We don't need that. Like, what do you mean we don't need that? We do need that. Like, people want to use campfire. Like, hello. So, anyways, it's things like that's been going on, right? And you have like just the constant bickering, the constant fighting. You have, you know, it's like people don't want you to get it done, and then they want to complain after that they're not getting nothing for free. And we're talking like these are not even like actual good players. They're just players that been playing for so long. And like you would have these conversations with them about like for instance, I had said I don't like Avalugg in Pokemon Go. I don't see the point in using him because I'm a raider. Like I like to raid. Avalugg, even the Hisuian Avalugg, is not for raids. Also, Avalugg is ice and rock. The Hisuian is ice and rock, and then you have the ice one. You could easily drop those in gyms with a Machamp. It's not hard. Oh, well, you don't know how to use it. Like, what? Like, it's like you be talking about raids, and then they bring up PvP. Well, it's good for PvP. I'm not talking about PvP. I'm talking about raids, bruh. Like, we're not talking PvP. Like, it's always PvP. It's like it's always back to that. But anyways, so the thing about like the whole ambassador, it's a great idea, but it seems too much work if people aren't gonna help. And how do you get a whole city to do it, like to join in? Like a lot of people have, jobs, they have families, they have, shit to do, right? It should be an easier process. And, you can't have like 30 people trying to be the first ambassador. Like there needs to be some kind of chit chat amongst the community to like figure it out. Like even with me, like my whole thing is I didn't want to be ambassador because I didn't even know there was ambassador back when Brandon Tan came. My goal was before he even came was to have community events. You give out prizes, like you have raid stuff, right? So you guys do like you raid, let's say for instance today, Nihilego. You raid Nihilego and whoever got the biggest gets a prize. Whoever got the smallest gets a prize. Whoever got a hundo gets a prize. Whoever got a nundo gets a prize. Like you make it fun so that people will see and be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're playing Pokemon Go. Oh, can we join?" And then they join, and then you have people play, and then you could have new people, involved, and then you can, make the community even bigger and make it better, right? But you can't have people sitting there going, "Oh, skill issue, or oh, this and that, and then dogging people. Like, we have people that spoof and they have to hide because people will dog them. Like, who cares? Let them spoof, man. Is it bothering you? You have people that use those apps that those Discord apps that, help you find hundos, right? It's legal. Oh, that's trash. You got to get it legit, blah blah. And it's like, dude, why y'all so focused? Oh, yo, they knocked out my gym, yo. They grayed out my gym, bro. Yo, these guys are punks. And like you be having like these big time arguments over gyms. So it's like, how are you supposed to like have a community if all they do is fight? Like, we've had incidents where fights nearly broke out. There was one incident I'll never forget where this dude was talking crap about somebody and was talking about them as a parent, and it was a girl, and she came and she slapped the taste out of his mouth. Like, that's literally an incident that happened. And the joke was, I had brought some new people to the game, and that was the first thing they saw. It was Mawile Raid Day and Mega Mawile Raid Day. Dude, you know how it starts at 6? Wait, no. When did it start? 5 minutes after it started, that's when the incident happens. It was like earlier in the day. It was like what, 2, right? Yes, it was 2. So 2:05, slap. That was like literally 2:05, slap. And this person was like, and she was with her kids, and she was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'm like, "Yeah, Pokemon Go fighting." Yo, police came. They were like, "Yo, what's going on here?" "Oh, nothing, just Pokemon Go." "Oh, okay," and then they left. It's like, bruh, grow up. But anyways, hopefully I can get this ambassador thing going. I guess I sort of ranted on elsewhere because the ambassador thing is a headache, but hopefully we'll get it done. I have reached out to the other people because Mississauga is a big place, so there's like other spots that need to get done too. But where we are is square one. It's like the most busiest spot in Mississauga. Hopefully we can get something going because we can't have 8 people at Mississauga. We need people at Meadowville, Streetsville, other places. But hopefully we can get something going because like I'm down to be ambassador. I have the time, I have the channel. I'm willing to go there with cameras and broadcast what we're doing and show the internet that Mississauga is a great place. But like if we can't work together, that ain't happening, bro. Like seriously, it's really sad that a Pokemon Go community cannot work together and stop the infighting. And it even gets racial and stuff too. It's like, dude, like people be calling people, the F word, as in about their sexuality, and calling people creeps and people jumping out of bushes. And it's so weird, man. Like, it's Pokemon Go. Like, why can't this game just be normal? Like, why are people so crazy? It's Pokemon Go. Like, when you're old and 95 years old in your deathbed, will Pokemon Go matter? I don't think so. But anywho, that was my rant, my first ever rant. So I hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next rant. Hopefully, it'll be soon. Okay, bye.